Freedom, ladies and gentlemen, is all about who we are. Freedom is all about expressing ourselves the way we want to. And the best thing about freedom and the most beautiful thing about freedom is that it's subjective. Everyone has their own definition of freedom and everyone has their own way of thinking about it. Our next speaker, Cedric Rhino, will tell us all how the digital world of today will in fact take us back to our origins. His career began with Chromosome, one of the first digital agencies in Belgium in 1995. His career then progressed to communications manager at Digital Age Design and has stuck with the digital industry ever since. For those interested in the digital communication world, or for those just really interested in a good talk, brace yourselves. Our speaker will tell us how being digital brings us back to our roots, and how coming back to our roots, in fact, makes us more autonomous, more free. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you're going to love this next gentleman coming on stage. He is quite the character, and that's coming from me. I give you Cedric Rhino. Thank you so much.
Thank you, baby. The two other person who say good stuff about me is my wife and my mother, so you touch my heart. Hi everyone. I'm Cedric Rhino, and I'm coming from Belgium. So don't panic, you're still in Switzerland, but Belgium is such a teeny country, and you will be part of it in front of you. It's like almost being there. You didn't get it. So, can we make a pause there? Thanks. We need to put some words in. When I will say something really funny, I will put this one. When I will say something amazing, I will put this one. Okay, so funny one? And I want to say something amazingly funny, I put this. Get it? Okay, let's go back. Hi everyone. My name is Cedric Rhino, and I'm coming from Belgium. So don't panic. You're still in Switzerland? But Belgium is a so teeny country, and you can be part of it in front of you. It's almost like being there. I don't know if you know the story about Belgium, but when God created Belgium, He found it so beautiful that He decided He will wash it every 2 days. Yes, we have a lot of rain there, but it's still a great country with really nice people, as you will see tonight. Of course, I didn't come all the way to Switzerland to talk to you about the weather in Belgium, even if it can be a good reason for some of us to move on what I will talk to you tonight. I've been active in the digital world since more than 20 years now, so it gives me the label of all these inside this book. And when I look to my peer that started with me as digital immigrants back in the mid-90s, most of them are still really active in the digital area with a lot of initiatives, giving courses, helping some groups on digital transformation, giving conferences. I even heard that some of them are giving TEDx in Geneva and in Lausanne also. But when you look at our pictures on Facebook, that's unfortunately the new happiness barometers. You look at Facebook and say, oh, they look happy. But when you look at our pictures on Facebook, we look quite happy. And honestly, we have a lot of fun. That was a very bad trip experience I did with my kids. They saw the movies, so they say, oh, we like to do it. So we did it in Brussels when my wife was away. We have a lot of fun. But when you sit down with those guys in front of a good glass of wine, I mean, not my kids, the digital immigrants. When you sit down with those guys and you start discussing about joy and happiness, then the good part of the discussion starts. The question you have to ask yourself is, are you really happy or just really comfortable? I know, happiness is a trending subject. There's a lot of things going on there. I see a lot of chief happiness officers popping up everywhere and taking care of the happiness of Andre. There's also a lot of great literatures, like this book from Lee Chutley. You should read it. That's an author from England that's written about it once. But the question is, are you really happy or just really comfortable? I know that both can sound and seems quite the same, but in fact they are not. When I think about being comfortable, I think about settling. And whether it's in a relationship or in your career, settling shouldn't be an option. In a relationship, for example, being happy and being comfortable are totally two different things. When you're getting incredibly comfortable in a relationship, the relationship can fall into a routine with no excitement. You lose the spark. You lose this little thing that made you fall in love in the first time. But when you get truly happy, you just fall in love with the same person every day, with their every quirk and flaw. And it should be the same for your work. I met so many people that kind of don't like their work, you know? 229 days. Almost 2,000 hours, at least for some of us. More than 100 tons of units. 6.5 million seconds. That's 65%, sorry for that. 65% of your time that you spend on that spinning chair and you don't like your work. It's amazing. To go back to my fellow digital immigrant, you know, the one who has this superpower inside the hand without even knowing that it can change their life. I think that the one who left digital, I mean working inside the digital, with the digital, for the digital, those ones who left digital before get something more quicker than the other one. Digital is just a simple tool. Look inside your company. You probably have a digital department, right? Do you have a pencil department? And do you have a CSO, a Chief Steppers Officer? No, you don't need it. At best, you can have a digital acceleration team for a short period of time, but you don't need a digital department. And what about those great digital agencies? I had a few of them before. So I'm not going to hit too hard on this one. But those great digital agencies with bright people having a deep reflection about digital strategy of brand. Like if those brands have digital customers and normal customers living in two different worlds. No. Digital is just a tool that can help you to achieve a mission that is more important than the tool himself. Today I can tell you that digital is just an amazing tool that giving us more possibilities that nobody had before and throws back to the origin of the human race and what every civilization has always searched for: freedom and liberty. Or you can say it more clearly: being happy. Yes, being happy. Jimmy Goodfried from the intelligence group make a lot of research during the differing motivation and preference of generation, and more specifically, the digital immigrant, the X1, and the digital native, the Y. And the result was quite interesting. Generation X live to work. Generation Y work to live. Generation Y have multiple passions. They are more global than the X1. And in fact, 70% of them want to move abroad during their career. Now if you take this generation, the Y1, or even the Z1, our futures, the way they structure their professional life, their motivation, and the fact that they are digital native, I can tell you that digital is bringing us back to something that exists, even if it was not really practiced in Europe, but exists back in the mid-16th century. Nomads, being mobile. Of course, we read a lot of articles about disconnected therapy, and probably some of you, maybe me, we need sometimes a digital detox from time to time. But tonight, I want you to realize that digital can make some of us more happy through what we call digital nomadism. I met a guy last year who's now working from around the world, managing his business from his boat. And I was asking him if he changed something in the way he worked. And he told me something that delighted me. I do not live anymore when my work requires me. I take my work where I want to live. It makes a big difference. I personally don't have an office anymore since more than 5 years now, jumping from mission to mission across Europe. And honestly, I want to have one. In the last 2 decades, I created and sold several digital agencies, and I must admit that I'm quite comfortable in my professional life and my private life. But maybe not truly happy. That's why it's a scoop. That's a scoop today. Next year, I'm going to hit the road with my wife and my 2 lovely kids, managing my business from around the world, meeting new people, new cultures, and just enjoying every single minute of it. You want my advice? Don't think twice. And ask yourself, where do you want to work tomorrow? We have been given a gift that's called life. Don't blow it. Arriving at the end of your life to realize that you never truly live. There's people talking to you with a million, if only I had, if only I had. Hey people, wake up. Why are we on this planet? Life was not made just to simply work, pay the bill, and wait for the weekend. Life is short, so live it. Thank you very much.